You've probably heard that your cells are listening to you, or that your body is keeping the score through your traumas and memories. But do you know that the language that your cells are listening to is not your thoughts, is not the words that you're speaking like I'm speaking to you right now? It is the language of frequency and vibration. And in today's video, I want to show you how you can tune into what that frequency that you've been conveying to yourselves and how you can shift it so you no longer have to live in pain, suffering, and symptoms and come back so your cells are now functioning more efficiently, in more harmony, in coherence, so you get to live actually the best version of you in more happiness and maybe even bliss. That's totally possible for you. So this language that your cells are listening to is taking in, think of it as more information. Like right now, as you're looking at this video, you're seeing a background, a color, a lighting, and that's bringing in a certain feel to you. Just as, like when you go outside, if it's raining or if it's sunny or if it's winter or summer, all that is information that your cells taking automatically. It's also doing this when you eat food. It's processing and taking the information from the food you're eating without you having to think about it. This is also happening with what your thoughts and emotional state is. And this is primarily what the focus is going to be for this video, is getting really good at listening to what my current state of being is. And for most people that are living with some kind of chronic condition, some kind of chronic illness that they've been suffering with, they typically have a lack of awareness of listening to what that background noise is, that is this frequency. Oftentimes, what I've seen in many, many clients over the years is this message, this information that your cells are getting is a message of fear, a message of panic or anxiety, or maybe deep dread or terror. This is the message that often is conveyed, but most people would say, no, I don't feel anxious. I don't feel like I have a lot of emotions. But when you slow them down, you make time to be in a quiet space where you're not reaching or being distracted in any capacity, but you're actually able to just be in a state where you can be quiet and have nothing to do. It is this kind of attention that is required so you can go inside and listen. And often when I get clients to do this, they're surprised at the level of effervescence, of energy that is just humming away. And maybe they haven't been able to identify it, or maybe you haven't either. But what I want you to do is you tune into that. You can feel that there is a level of feeling not safe. And so having that feeling of insecurity, of instability, of lack of safety is so huge, guys. To me, it is it's the keystone that holds your whole nervous system up, whether you're in a state of really health, feeling more wellness in your day, feeling more inspired, feeling alive, like the feeling of feeling just totally alive and yes, excited about life. If you are in a state of fear, if you're not feeling safe, that is going to compromise that messaging into your body. You can try to artificially do it, and I've seen people do it with recreational drugs or doing these ceremonies here or anything, just distracting your life, getting material things to fill that void. But until you address the underlying lack of safety, it's going to be hard to shift this frequency that I keep talking about. So, the number one thing you can do, and you can do it with me now, is learn how to change your breath and your posture. So, just with me right now, what I want you to do is put your hands over your heart. And I do this a lot in my videos because it works. So it gets you in tune with listening. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take a deep breath in, all the way through so you feel the shoulders, rib cage open, and then I want you to exhale. So you really let it out. A little bit longer of an exhalation. We'll do that again. Release those shoulders. Good. Now, in your next breath, what I want you to do is feel your pelvic floor. Feel your sit bones, your butt, your legs on the chair. Really start to soak into that. Most people that feel not safe have certain level of holding or tension in their pelvic floor. So I want you to, again, put your hands on your chest, take a deep breath in. And then when you exhale, I want you to imagine that exhale pushing down, like pushing down the hammock of your pelvic floor so it releases and stretches open. You can even feel your tailbone release, your lower back release. You might even feel your feet more grounded into the floor. I haven't done a video on this, but I will really soon. Typically, if you feel unsafe, you don't feel, or you live in fear throughout your day, this messaging, it's rooted right there in your pelvic floor. Not always, sometimes it's in the back of the head right here, but often it's right there in the pelvic floor. So let's do that a couple more times. And I promise you I'll do a separate video on just the pelvic floor. Exhaling, yeah, just feeling all those tissues and muscles relax and release. Feeling your hip bones open up a little bit more. If there's been some trauma here, that's okay. If it feels too much, we can back off at any time. You don't have to always go into it severely, but the breath will help release these messages with continual practice. So just a couple more times, just all the way down, feeling it down my legs, releasing that pelvis. One more time. Just like that. So maybe you're aware, maybe it's new to you doing this, but you are giving your body information here through your breath, which is, I didn't mention, another way you're giving that frequency to your body. So a lot of us live most of our day with a panic breath, where our diaphragm's tight and we're holding a lot of tension in the body and the pelvic floor. So now we've kind of re-engineered that. So now we're taking the breath and we're elongating that exhalation so you can feel your tissues, your posture starting to release and relax. And that just has a cascading effect through the whole nervous system. And now I feel more grounded. Do you feel more grounded and centered? I feel like, wow, I feel secure. I feel the floor. I'm not up in my head processing thoughts or memories or experiences that are reflecting fear. I'm now here. And that's the key thing. To overcome your fear, you have to first be here, because the fear is a false emotion appearing real. And that's not here. It's somewhere else in your past, or maybe it's anticipating a moment in the future. But when you do it this way, you become here. And now I'm fully here, and hopefully you are too. And in that here-ness, I'm secure in knowing now. I'm secure in knowing I'm okay in this moment. And as I feel that more and more, I unlock all these potentials, all these possibilities in my nervous system that have been offline because they've been conditioned to feel like this. Like literally the cells, they're tight. They're like, I can't process that toxin too much. I can't take in enough of that nutrients because I have to hold steady like this. Well, guess what? Now that they're not having to do that, they can open, they can breathe. The cell membrane can be more porous and open and flexible and resilient versus, a stiff board that's just gonna snap, Now there's ease, and you can see this even in diagrams of like fascia tissue that now it's more lubricated with moisture rather than being this tight, bunchy. Now it's able to expand and open. This is a clear sign that you've begun the process of shifting out of that maybe frequency of fear, of shutdown, of pain and contraction to now I'm here, I'm safe. And I can now allow circulation. Like I said, that bioelectricity that you are can flow through your body, that information. And so your body now can move and process all the many, many functions more efficiently. You don't have to do anything. But most importantly, feel what it feels like to be in okay, safe mode here as I'm with you now. I feel more expansive. I feel more unburdened. Whatever stress, minor or major, I've been holding isn't here anymore. And so now my cells get the benefit of feeling that too, that frequency, which is an elevated frequency of information that the body will perform at a higher level, again, of efficiency. So hopefully this is landing for you. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. What's your experience of doing this with me? Feeling more safe, feeling more okay, and noticing how maybe that subtle or not so subtle shift in frequency and information is landing for your body today. I appreciate you for tuning in, and as always, I appreciate your subscribership. It makes a big difference in getting this message out to more and more people. Share this with someone you think could really benefit, and I will see you in the next video. And before I forget, make sure you tune into this one Qigong that will really help you with your anxiety and fear also. Have a blessed day, everyone. See you soon.